Welcome to LSBU and welcome to this short video about how to log off-the-job training. Off-the-job training is when an apprentice steps away from their role to complete a scheduled training activity, as opposed to on-the-job training, which is where an apprentice is shown how to do something while they perform that task. Some key highlights of off-the-job training are that it must take place within the apprentice's working week. It must be directly relevant to the apprenticeship, and perhaps the best, easiest way to ensure that is that it matches up to at least one of the knowledge, skills, or behaviours of that apprenticeship. Crucially, off-the-job training must involve new learning, and it must support professional development. So rather than thinking of off-the-job training as 1 day a week, a more flexible approach to off-the-job training is encouraged, where perhaps off-the-job hours are increased at key academic times of year when there are coursework submissions, for example, or where there are in-class tests to prepare for. And then those hours will shrink back in the summer where there's no university attendance, and the apprentice will be spending more time at work. Off-the-job training must take place every month of an apprenticeship, but it might scale back significantly in the summer months. Also, in order to pass through Gateway, an apprentice must reach their off-the-job target. ILR targets must be achieved in order to pass through Gateway. To upload off-the-job hours, find the relevant component on the APTEM learning plan. Click on that component and the panel will open on the right where there's the Upload File button. Once you click that button, this screen, this pop-up screen shows. Select the evidence type. There's a drop-down there, different types of activity that can be chosen, and click on the off-the-job hours option further down the screen there. Once the off-the-job hours option is selected, the apprentice should choose what type of off-the-job hours it is. Generally, this will be the work that's completed during paid working hours. In order to qualify as off-the-job, it must only include activities that take place in the working week. So if something takes place outside of that working week, then the apprentice must receive either time off in lieu or must be paid for that activity. So generally, it will be completed during paid working hours. The apprentice should then input the off-the-job hours spent here in the box on the left. Crucially, and this will help determine whether it's an off-the-job activity, select criteria and use the drop-down options there to tick off the knowledge, skills, and behaviours that are relevant to that off-the-job submission, and only to that off-the-job submission, and that will help develop progress, which can be seen on the APTEM dashboard. Once all that's done, then the apprentice should upload the zip folder, which contains the off-the-job log and all supporting evidence. Select the file and then save. That will then go through to the relevant skills reviewer, who will check that submission and provide feedback.